pencil, shrink. Alrighty, let's get started with today's drawing. We're going to be drawing two boys and their wagon. Let's begin by drawing the top part of the older boy's head. And now I'm going to be drawing two small curves for his ears. There's one curve for one of his ears, and we'll do a similar curve, but we'll mirror it to make his other ear. Now we'll draw a long curved line that connects the lower part of both of his ears to make the rest of his head. Now, let's make his eyes by drawing two dots in front of his face like this. Now he can see us. Now we'll draw a little curve for his nose and another curved line for his mouth. Good. Okay, now let's begin by drawing the boy's shirt. So we'll draw one of his sleeves, and then we'll draw the other sleeve on the other side. Now to make the rest of his shirt, what we'll do is we'll start right here and do kind of a part of a shape of a square, and then we'll come up to right there. Now Pappy drew stripes on the older boy's shirt in his picture, but I'm going to draw something else. You'll be able to see what it is once my hand moves out of the way. Can you tell what they are? Yeah, they're stars. Okay, now let's draw the boy's shorts. And then we'll connect it like that. Okay, now I'm going to begin by drawing the older boy's shoes. So there's one of his shoes, and then we'll do that similar shape, but having it face the other direction. Now above each of his shoes, I'm going to be drawing a horizontal line just to show that he's wearing socks. And I'm going to be drawing a star on each of his socks. There. Now I'm going to begin by drawing the older boy's arm and hand on the side of his shirt. And I'm going to be drawing his other arm and hand on the other side. I'm going to be making the hand that I'm drawing right now open so that it looks like he's holding something. And you'll see what that is later on in the drawing. So I did it like that. Okay, now on this side of the page, I'm going to be drawing the little brother. There's part of his head. Now I'm going to draw his nose, finish the rest of his head here, and then form his mouth. And he's crying, just like in Pappy's drawing. Add a little bit more detail in his mouth there. And now I'm going to begin by drawing his ear, and his other ear is not shown because the little boy's looking to the side. And I'm just going to finish drawing the little boy's hairdo. And I'm going to begin by drawing the shirt he's wearing. So now I'm working on the arm where the sleeve is. And now I'm going to very carefully draw the little boy's hand. Now I'm going to draw the little boy's shorts. And then carefully draw his shoe. Now the little boy's right shoe is directly hidden behind the shoe that I just drew. I just drew the little boy's eye, and now I'm going to work on drawing the wagon, which is a long rectangle. I'm going to draw a line in the center and 2 circles for the wheels. Okay, good. I'm going to now draw the ground that the 2 boys and wagon are on top of. Now there's something missing on the wagon. You know what it is? That's right, the handle. And it looks like the older brother is holding the handle. Now the little boy is crying, so I'm going to just draw some droplet shapes for tears on top of his head. Now let's finish drawing the older boy's hairdo. So I'll just make some curved lines on the sides and then a long curved line at the very top of his head. And then I think I'm going to draw a strand of hair at the top. There, all finished. Pencil, grow. Just put my pencil back. And now we can begin to color the picture we drew. I'm going to use the color yellow for the older brother's face, but you can choose any color that you want. Notice anything about the crayon? Yep, the paper is off of it. I thought it'd be kind of cool to have crayons like Pappy's crayons. Just keep going there. Whoops. Matthew broke a crayon. But I'm going to continue to use it instead of throwing it in the garbage. Just finish filling that in. And I'm going to be using a different color later for the boy's hair. I'm going to continue to use the color yellow for the little boy's face. And I'll try my best to not go outside the lines, but if that happens, it's no big deal. A little bit more. And there. Now I'm going to continue to use the yellow crayon for the arms. And I'm going to go to the little boy's hand now. The rest of his arm's actually inside the shirt, so he's wearing a long sleeve shirt. Now I think I'm going to start coloring the older boy's shirt. I'll use different crayons for the stars. Oop, did somebody say I forgot to color something in? You're right. I forgot to color in the other boy's arm and hand. So I'll go get my yellow crayon and continue coloring what I missed. There. That's much better. Now I'll continue using my blue crayon for the older boy's shirt. I'm going to try my best to not color in the 3 stars here on the shirt, but if I make a mistake, it's no big deal. Speaking of mistake, whoops. Pappy, I bet you're really glad that I'm not using your crayons right now. Well, I'm going to continue coloring the shirt there, and I'll leave the stars white for right now. Work on the top of the shirt. I know, I'll move my hand out of the way soon so you can see what the shirt looks like. Okay, well, I'm going to use a different color for the little boy's shirt. And I think I'll use this green crayon. Has a little bit of blue in it too. Yep, it's a good color. A little bit more. Looks good. Hey, here's an idea. I'm going to get my black crayon and I'm going to draw some vertical lines and a horizontal line right there. You see what I made? I made teeth on the little boy. And now I'm going to select different crayons to color in the stars on the older boy's shirt. So there's 1. Whoops. 2. And 3. 3 stars colored in. And I think I'm going to continue coloring the stars that are on his socks. So we'll keep counting. There's 4. And 5. Cool. All right, let's use this light green crayon to color in the little boy's shorts. And it looks almost exactly like the color on the little boy's hand, but it's just a little bit different. Okay, now I think I'm going to use this orange crayon for the shoes of the little boy. Well, technically 1 shoe because the other shoe is hidden out of sight. And I'll use the same color for the older boy's shoes. Whoops. Not again. I'm going to keep using this broken crayon. Whether it's broken or not broken, I'm going to continue to use it. I'm going to get rid of some of that crayon mark on the paper. It's getting a little messy. I think I'm going to pick a color for the top part of the wagon. This pink color looks real nice, so that's what I'll use. Oops. Work on the lower part of the wagon. And I think I'll stick with black for the wheels. And there. And now I think I'm going to use black for the wagon's handle. I'm going to add on a little rectangle just to show that the boy is holding it. And it's easy to tell that he's holding it. I'm going to use this, I think it's like a peach crayon. Yeah, I'll use that crayon for the older boy's shorts. Just finish filling that right in. Cool. Now I think I'm going to use this brown crayon for each of the boys' hair. And I'll color in that strand. And I'll work on using this crayon for the little boy. Now I think I'm going to color the floor. So let's see, what color can I use? How about purple? Or violet? That's another name that the color purple can be. I remember growing up when learning the colors of the rainbow, there were some people that would say that the lowest color would be purple, and some other people said that it's violet. So, different names, but I think it means the same exact color. But whether people call it purple or violet or whatever, they're both correct. Depends on what you learned growing up from your parents or guardians or whoever raised you. Yep. I'm going to make it look a little bit shiny too. Kind of looks like a daycare center. Good. Now I think I'm going to use my black crayon one more time. And I think I'm going to color the top part of the ground there. Try to not color through the shoes there. And I'm going to go back to using my purple crayon one more time. And there we have it.